Where are we going?
We're going to Orlando Disney World.
That's right.
Well, sorry, I'm too busy playing on the phone.
Do you want to see Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Or Minnie Mouse?
Both.
Or Elsa?
Are you
Anna.
gonna be in? Oh.
Look how large this room is. Here's a kitchen. Oh, and there's a washer dryer here. Laundry room. A nice fridge. And then big huge area here. Huge bathroom. Got so many sinks. A sink. Here's one sink. Here's another shower. Huge area for a bathroom. And then a huge, another sink area. Another sink in the main bedroom. And a big huge tub. Spa. And it's beautiful outside, of course. So beautiful. Fountains and everything. And this huge bed. And then over here, I have a sofa bed that I was using, and then even a nice little enclosed area. There's a screen on the other side here, so you don't get any bugs flying in. And there's a bug right now. Look. And a nice dining table here. And here comes that bug again. Let's see your Mickey Mouse shirt. Ooh, pretty. We're all set to head over to Disneyland, right?
Disney World, not
Disney World. Heading to Disney World. What are you gonna try and go on first? First ride?
The most extremely dangerous.
Oh my Lord! Let's make sure Nana doesn't see this. The most extreme dangerous ride. That's what we're going to go on first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, slowpokes. Nani, remember to bring the car.
Say hi.
station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
I was his first one, and he kind of he hit the wall.
Why is there another security line? Why is there another security line there? No security line going on your boat.
Taken to the doors until the monorail stops people and the doors
Training and stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Monorail station.
This bed? Okay. Yeah, we're from Allentown, so we're close.
Adrianna! Where are we on the map? Look, I'm filming.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, just let's go.
Hey! Adrianna! Oh! We'll take a picture over here then. Over here. Look at me. Disneyland. Yay. We're all screaming. Oh, we're done. We're going backwards? Are we going backwards?
We're not. Oh, I should have.
You like it?
They're going to back down.
I don't know. Some Something's happening
I
with
think
it.
they're going to go backward. So like before.
Remain seated. Run will begin momentarily.
Uh-oh, they have problems.
I want to do this again.
Adrianna, you have to have
What happened? Are you scared, Adrian?
I hope I don't scream now.
Are you scared? Adrian? Explosion going on over here. Oh no, this is the end.
yeah, that's enough. Oh my god, my back hurts. My back.
I want to go again.
No, you have to hang in there. You don't have a
I
back.
want to go again.
Adrian, wait. Come on.
Oh my god.
Hey, whirlers, it's Chester here, reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times. With your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your time machine.
Adrian.
Woo! Hey, whirlers, it's Chester here, reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times. With your
Oh, here we go. Woo! Here we go. Oh, where's the big drop? Oh! Oh! You like it, Adrianna? What do you think? Adrianna.
Be sure to watch your children and don't pick up any hitchhiking dinosaurs. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro de la máquina del tiempo. Cuide los pequeños y una un dinosaurio. Hey, Whirlers, it's Chester here. Reminding you for your safety, stay seated at all times. With your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your time machine. Be sure to watch your children and don't pick up any hitchhiking dinosaurs.
Good?
That's really good.
No, it's actually too long wait. Let's do something else. This one go way too fast. Oh my god, this one go way too fast.
Let's go.
Oh my god. I don't feel well, David. I don't feel well, David.
The Nile crocodiles back there usually don't do a lot. It's pretty rare to see one of them moving around like we do. They only eat once every 7 to 9 days, and that one meal is like a Thanksgiving dinner. They actually don't want to do anything after they've eaten. But lucky for them, they are a social species of crocodile. We can tell because they actually lay their heads, their arms, and their tails on each other when they're right next to each other. That means that they want to be close to each other. But we are leaving the forest. Again, we're going to leave that river behind too. We're heading down into the savanna ecosystem. As you're going to see down there on the right, the savanna's a lot of wide open plains for the animals to move their herds, their packs, or their prides around too. We don't see too many of them right here at the bottom of the hill. They have a lot of room out here. There's a giraffe down there. Way down on the other side. We're going to loop around, hopefully get closer to them.
David, do you have a
Whoa!
You need a backpack.
You know, are gazelles even an animal?
Of course gazelle would be an animal.
I just saw gazelle.
First savanna friend a little bit closer to us, way down there on the right. Those light brown animals are called eland. They're an antelope species. They're going to be around 1,000 pounds, usually about 6 feet tall. One of the things they can do is jump up in the air 6 feet high from a standing position, put their vertical leap straight up in the air. We'll move around and get closer to them as well. Looks like that next truck found something on the other side of the hedges up here on the left. You guys are a little bit higher up than I am, so you're going to be able to see what's over there before I can on that left-hand side down there. On the left-hand side, there's at least one of them back there. Those are African wild dogs. I also call it the painted dogs, because the black markings on their fur. And those guys are not hyenas. They're related to canine species. So if you have a dog at home, that's their cousin back there. They're not a dog you want to own. They're the most successful and aggressive hunters in Africa. They've actually been known to chase things 3.5 miles for the distance they're willing to run after something. They're better at hunting too than lion brides are. Also on the left-hand side, way down there, those are sable antelope. If you've heard of fight or flight responses, they have a fight response. They win about 90% of the fights that they're in. Now they're so aggressive, they have a dominant male and a dominant female. The female's in charge of the herd's movement and direction. So if they want to go anywhere, they consult her first, tell them where they're allowed to go. Also in here, we're going to be passing a lot of these, like this thing on the right-hand side, on the large one down here on the left-hand side. Does anyone know what those are? Kind of like an anthills. These are termite mounds, so different bugs live underneath these. Now, to build one this large, like this on the left-hand side, would have taken the bugs 7 years to make that. For the most part, they either give up or something happens to the smaller ones, so it takes them about 2 to 3 years to make these. Yeah, looks like those giraffes are on the move. They're up ahead of us down there.
Giraffe. Did you see a giraffe? Oh yeah, there's a giraffe. Right on there.
Eland again on the left-hand side. There's 2 of them over here.
Adrianna.
One thing about me, I love
The giraffes are the tallest animals in the world, 18 to 20 feet tall. Inside of every giraffe, they have 4 stomachs inside of them. This over here on the right-hand side, that's an Ankole cattle. You don't know what kind of noise that guy makes? Just the move. It's like a cow. Actually, in Texas long blowers holding around those 2 points, it means it's a male. They have a lot of hair around those 2 points, it means it's a female. You can tell from their spots over there that they are Maasai giraffe. No 2 spots are the same. That's what all Maasais have. Rough and jagged edges around the spot. There's a baby giraffe up here on the right. Now all baby giraffes are born really tiny. They're born at 6 feet tall. Like I said, tallest animals are all the way up to 18 to 20. Next to that baby giraffe, those are wildebeest down there. Their name means wild beast. Those tiny brown and white animals are springbok. They're only 3 feet tall, so they're all adults even though they're really tiny. And their natural reaction to danger is to jump up in the air 6 to 8 feet high and spring like a rabbit at that height over and over again, trying to get away. And those wildebeest down there, they're headed up the hill. We're going to reunite with them one more time though. We're going to have to take a quick detour out of the savannah. We're going to head around elephant country first. It starts on this right hand side, branches down pretty far. I see one elephant already up here on the right. On our left hand side, we're also passing Monkey Point. That's where mandrill monkeys live. They're way down there on the left hand side. Now they're the largest monkey species, about 100 pounds each. They all have these little pouches on the sides of their cheeks so they store snacks for later on, just like a chipmunk does. There's that elephant over there eating some food right now. How do they eat food? So they have to grab the food first with their trunk, then they put it in their mouths as well. Same way they drink water too, pulling it in with their trunks. Now, the elephants eat around 300 pounds of food every single day. And that is a younger adolescent male back there. Any male in a herd of elephants, they actually get kicked out when they turn about 13 to 14 years old. Get too rowdy at that age, they gotta throw them out of there. Now if there's a female elephant in the herd, they're gonna stay with that same group their entire life. But once they reach around 13 to 15 years old, they're actually not gonna hang around mom as closely as they did anymore. They don't want to be right next to her like they always were. Like I said, they'll still be in that same group. And we're gonna be heading over that big guy's older bridge, hopefully to find some of those female elephants down here somewhere. Now these wall-looking areas we're passing on the right-hand side, more on the left too. Those are red clay pits. And in the wild, elephants actually scratch up the red clay with their tusks, and then they pick it up and eat it like they're chewing on a vitamin gummy. Vital nutrients in here they actually can't find anywhere else. And I see some of the females way down there on the left-hand side. As we pass the big red clay pits, looking out for any little ones. If we see any little reds, we'll probably see some more elephants near those. They can scratch those up as they move around out there. And at least one female pretty close to one on the left-hand side. They keep moving around. I hope it's a little bit more clear in front of her.
Moving the whole thing. I don't know if
And there's a baby elephant down there on the left. Now the elephants out here, they like these giant trees. There's one on the right hand side, there's one down there on the left, they're kind of walking behind. Those are baobab trees. The boughs store a ton of water in the base of the tree. They'll get to it by poking a hole in the tree with their tongue. Gallons of drinking water rush out of there at one time. And since those are like fire hydrants for them, they have to use their trunks like a fire hose. They can hold 5 gallons of water in there at one time. They usually don't go all the way up to the 5 gallons. They'll usually just get enough to drink water from it. It looks like they're making their way down to this watering hole on our left. There's that baby elephant again. He ran down here. Now the baby elephants down there, they're usually born at around 175 to 300 pounds. It takes their moms exactly 22 months of pregnancy to give birth to one baby elephant. It's almost a full 2 years. And on our left, greater flamingos. On our right hand side, there's those wildebeest, like I said, headed up the hill. Little black lines that wildebeest have around their necks and on their stomachs, those are their sweat stains there. Mint out heat just like we do. So if it rains outside, they'll turn completely gray or have light brown lines on them. And this group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. They hang around that interesting shaped island down there if you can trace the whole thing. And And there's the whole herd of elephants down there on our left.
We saw that there's so many elephants where at the park.
We got our fancy the warden post on that left-hand side, reminding us to protect those elephants out there because poachers still hunt them for their tusks. Protect those male hippos too. We saw that one male who had the tusk down the side of his mouth. You gotta protect those rhinos out there too, because in Eastern medicine they believe a rhino's horn has a magical or medicinal value when added to things. But we know it's not medicinal because they have keratin in their horns, it's in your fingernails. There's a lot of white rhinos way down there. We're gonna loop around and see them one more time, though. They took a shortcut to get that way. Now the white rhinos, though, they are larger than the black rhinos we saw in the forest. They weigh 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. And if you saw them all down there, they do like to hang out together. They form a group that we call a crash. When they charge out there, of course. Well, we are also entering the big cat's territory now. Areas like these are where cheetahs like to hang out. They like a mix of forested areas and the wide open plains. There's a cheetah up there by those fallen over logs on the left-hand side. She's to the left of me though. She's laying flat down. She's gonna be pretty tough to see.
Well, and let's see. Do you see? There's a cheetah over there.
And there's one more cheetah up here on the left-hand side.
See them. Do you see them?
Up here on our left, there's a tree that's kind of like divided in the middle. To the right of that tree, there's one cheetah laying in the sun up there on the left, kind of towards the end of the hill.
I didn't see them. I didn't see any of them.
Now the cheetahs are the fastest land mammal. They run from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. At their top speed, they can also drift out there. They dig their claws into the ground. They can't pull their claws back in like a house cat can. When they flick their tail, that turns half of their body for them. That's called shifting their momentum. So shifting and sliding means that they drift at usually about 45 to 50 miles an hour. Now the other big cats, they like these rocks out here called Kopi rocks. And you've seen a Kopi rock before if you've seen The Lion King. Pride Rock is one giant example of one Kopi rock. So there's usually a lot of smaller boulders like these that add up together to make one large area. Now usually when it's too warm outside, they'll hide in between the spaces in the rocks or behind the largest boulder they can find. They don't like heat, they don't like humidity either. Those white rhinos again to our right-hand side. And on our left-hand side, there's a female lion. She's watching those white rhinos across from us.
Yeah, she's right up there. You see it, Adrianna? Well, there's one behind there. The male's right behind her. Yeah.
Too far away.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to stop by these guys because the white rhinos are up and moving around down there.
So
You can't stop too close to them.
you're not
They can't
enclosed
jump down
here, so if they want to, they can
Like I said,
jump
group
in,
of them's called a
right?
crash because when they charge at about 30 miles an hour at their top speed.
Oh,
If they
there's
reach that
rhino.
top speed, they can gallop just like a horse can. So pick up all 4 of their feet off the ground, there's a little bit of air in between their runs. And the reason that they charge that fast because they all have really bad eyesight. The way that rhinos see during day or night is actually how humans see during nighttime without any help from light. Maybe about 5 feet ahead of them. Now our wardens are probably dropping off some snacks for those guys. Some ostrich eggs down there on the ground by the tree on the right.
Oh, ostrich eggs. Ostrich eggs right there.
Now those ostrich eggs are about the size of 16 to 18 regular chicken eggs. Some ostrich eggs are larger than that though, the size of 2 dozen regular chicken eggs. There's a female ostrich that's run off too, but because those rhinos are all out there, she probably ran off a little bit further away. But we are leaving the savannah. It's almost the end of our time out here. There'll be a loud sound down here as we exit too. If you want to see more of our friends, 7:15 will be the last safari truck of the night. As long as you're in line before that time, you can ride with us again. Maybe see some different friends too. If you are planning on coming back, around sundown is actually a really good time. That's when those lions are probably going to be waking up. The hyenas won't wake up until the sun is about to set either though. Our last friend's behind us on that right hand side, way down that dirt pathway back there. white animal is a scimitar horned oryx. That's about as close as he ever gets to us. The oryx is a really cool animal though. They can go 9 months without drinking any water at all.